Hey you guys, so sorry for my lack of microphone. I can't play this and comment while my microphone is on. There's something up with the audio, I think. So, anyway, I wanted to redo this stream because I felt like my previous stream wasn't so great. And I'm gonna attempt to be better when I talk about this. So, this video is talking about Steve Jobs referring to answering a question about market share that someone had posed to him. I thought he answered it very, very well. And we are going to watch this and I'm going to break it down and I'll tell you what I think he did really well.
One more question. I think we're going to call it a day.
Yes, that is Tim Cook on the left side.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Molly Wood from CNET. I have a question actually about market share, which is sort of what we're getting at. There has been a suggestion that because of pricing and design, Apple tends to appeal to kind of a smaller elite rather than that sort of mass customer base. And so I guess once and for all, is it your goal to overtake the PC in market share?
So this question, when you hear it, I think people's initial response, if they were CEO, they might think like, of course I want to overtake market share, of course I want to make more money, right? It's kind of like a given, but he doesn't answer that. What he says is that he doubles down on the focus of quality, and he basically comes off as unbothered. Like, we don't really want to be like our competition, we want to differentiate ourselves from our competition, we think different, and it's up to the consumer to decide if they want to purchase our products or not. But he also said that Apple creates products that they feel proud to recommend to their friends and family. You guys can listen to it.
I can tell you what our goal is. Our goal is to make the best personal computers in the world and to make products we are proud to sell and would recommend to our family and friends. And we want to do that at the lowest prices we can. But I have to tell you, there's some stuff in our industry that we wouldn't be proud to ship, that we wouldn't be proud to recommend to our family and friends. And we can't do it. We just can't ship junk.
So it's a nice way of saying our competitors ship crappy stuff, and we don't want to be like them. We know we don't have the cheapest stuff out there, but we're not going to release crap.
So there are thresholds that we can't cross because of who we are, but we want to make the best personal computers in the industry. There's a very significant slice of the industry that wants that too. And what you'll find is our products are usually not premium priced. You go and price out our competitors' products, and you add the features that you have to add to make them useful, and you'll find in some cases they are more expensive than our products. The difference is we don't offer stripped down lousy products. We just don't offer categories of products like that. But if you move those aside and compare us with our competitors, I think we compare pretty favorably. And a lot of people have been doing that and saying that now for the last 18 months.
So overall, hold on, let me put in my microphone. Overall, I think people can learn something from this interview. You notice that, again, he did not openly diss his competitors on a blanket statement. He didn't say, yeah, if you want to buy pieces of crap, go and buy PCs. He simply said, we focus on ourselves. And that's it. We want to make the best computer that we can. And I find that, if some person feels like they're getting attacked, right? The instant thing will probably be along the lines of just trying to shut that comment down or say, oh, I'm maybe not as bad as this person. But the way that it was handled, again, I think was quite magnificent. So, with that being said, right, notice that he did not use any expletives. He did not try and, diss them on a personal level, and it was done classily. So, in my previous stream, I had mentioned about Tim Cook over here. I was looking up some hate comments about him, just curious to see what was floating around, and I came across this, right? I hate Tim Cook, blah, blah, blah. You can see all the expletives. I had said that I felt that this was low vocabulary. Not saying, not saying anything, just some low vocabulary Apple haters. I understand some people don't like Apple products. I get it. But my thinking is if you're going to use like hateful speech to drive a point, like a lot of it, not really logic, but just like this is this person's a so and not give the reasons why too much, you don't look very smart. And you can see when you were listening to this interview, he never used expletives, and he gave a lot of concise points about why Apple is different than their competition. He also said, "Hey, if the competition of PC manufacturers want to incorporate the same technology or the same stuff that Apple offers, then their products might be actually higher price than Apple." That was a good point. So let me just talk about this as well. So I got a comment over here from Jim. "I haven't watched any of your derogatory title videos. The titles seem harsh and condescending. I'm glad you are perfect and sit in judgment of everyone. I am now unsubscribed." Now, I thought about what I was going to say in this comment. Now, I had just seen this interview, and I decided to mention this. I never said I was perfect, never claimed to be either. I simply encourage people to use less expletives and watch their wording. And I had to add this: if this simple message is too mean for you to handle, it's best you unsubscribe. You see, I think when people write comments like this, I think that they want to hurt me and say, "Oh, I'm now unsubscribed. Ask me back, Erica." Spend your time telling me why I should be a subscriber. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because it doesn't matter to me if Jim is a subscriber or not. I think that if you can't see the message in the videos that I'm making, then why you shouldn't waste your time. I mean, like, I could just put it on out in front of a person on a silver platter, and they would look at my titles and say, "Oh wow, I can't watch this stuff. It's too harsh for her to say, how to respond to haters slash what's up with some low vocabulary Apple haters." And I think that, really to each their own. The things that I do for my videos, I'm not doing it because I'm raking in like big money or anything. Like, I'm doing it because I genuinely see things and I want to point things out. It's kind of apparent because when I do these like kind of impromptu streams, you'll notice that a lot of this stuff, it just comes off like, hey, she saw something and she saw something interesting and she wanted to share it. So people, in my opinion, by giving me these kind of comments, I take it that they want me to shut up. They want me to stop because for whatever reason it pisses them off. And I get it. Nobody wants to see this kind of stuff. Nobody wants to see me try to tell people like, "Hey, so clean up your language. Try to make better points over here." But the only way they feel that logically they can do that is just by insulting me. Again, I've never ever said I was perfect, but I think that some people think that I just think that I'm better than other people, or hey, I think I'm perfect, and like, obviously, I don't think that is the case. So, message being, if you have people in your life who just throw digs at you, who try to tear you down for whatever reason, don't pay mind to them. Really, because these people will always exist. And the worst thing you can do in this situation is stop what you're doing. Seriously, because then they will win. And I kind of thought about it, and I thought, yeah, this is even more reason why I should keep making these videos, because I don't want people to just go in this feedback loop of reading dumb comments like this, and then their language starts deteriorating because then they go f f f f f. I mean, if anything, it's the deterioration of language is apparent because I still hear that person cursing every couple of days. I heard them yesterday as well. And I just can't help but think, man, there might be a person out there who will be listening to that other person and just think expletives as communication is really the way to go. What happened to more varied language? I have no idea. Now, I'm not saying that I have the best language because I definitely don't. I have a really bad habit of, I have some really bad habits, and I'm trying to handle that, but that takes time. So if you have anything that you're lacking for whatever reason and you're aware of it, work on it, right? Work on it, but never give up. And if you feel like um, there's there's something that you can work on, you need to work on it because you will never improve if you stop whatever you're doing. I really feel, and this is just my feeling here, I really think that coming into this year, by me practicing certain things, by me being cognizant about my speech or my lack of speech in a sense, I think that over time I will become a better speaker. And that is my desire. I want to become a better speaker so I can make more higher quality videos. And for me, it's just kind of like a struggle because I'm not a naturally gifted speaker. I think it's pretty apparent. People will say, like, I'm not a gifted speaker at all. And, you know, so what? I know. I'm not doing interviews or anything like that. I'm not a CEO of a company, but I'm just sharing this stuff because I don't want you to fall into these kind of pitfalls. And sometimes people, they read YouTube comments or they read comments. Let's say if you're doing something like art pieces and you see these hateful comments, you might be tempted to just give up. But the moment that you give up on yourself again is the moment that you're doing yourself the greatest disservice. And you have to ask yourself, what do you really want to do in terms of if you have stuff out there on the internet, right? Do you want to keep creating content that you want to do, or do you want to create content that people that people would be less offended to see? I know by talking about Tim Cook, Steve Jobs, and pointing out these kind of things, I know there are people who are instantly going to dislike this comment because they will say, I hate Tim Cook. I hate Steve Jobs. It's like, well, why? Why? Do you know them personally? Have they done anything to you? Oh, well, I hate how greedy they are. It's like, I hate that they do this or they do this. It's like, okay, well, if you think you can do better, go make a technology company. Go and apply to be the next CEO of Apple. Go. Do it. Do it. Seriously. But I can't say that because then it comes off as I'm being hateful, but I'm not really being hateful. I'm just proving a point here that if you think you can do something better, go do it yourself. Go make YouTube videos. Go head a company, and show the world how things should be done. But a lot of people, they won't do that. They'll just like throw hate at people, and instead of like showing or setting an example. And for me, I try, right? I try when I make these kind of videos, it's not all just what's perceived to be hateful things. There's always a message inside of it. So that is it. That is all I wanted to say over here. And I hope that you guys improve yourself. I'm trying to improve myself. Always been very open and honest about it. And if you are spending your time just hating another person instead of improving yourself, I think that you need to look within. My YouTube channel is not set up in a way where I want people to always like feel good about yourself. I'm not gonna make those kind of videos where it's like, oh, did I ever tell you how you are perfect in the world? Did you know you are an absolute gem in the world? You don't have to improve yourself at all. Your speech is absolutely perfect. And if anybody has a problem with it, it's not you, it's them. Because that's not how the world works. Like if you go through life cursing at other people, thinking that you're all powerful because you're dropping the most F bombs and expletives out there, you're going to realize that people who are more educated typically, they're not going to be around that. I'm not lying to you guys because I've been around people who are very intelligent, and when they communicate, they're not just saying F, 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 F. So when I talk about these things, it comes from experience. I don't think it's hateful for me to tell people, hey, think about cursing less. Think about using less hateful language and more logic, but for whatever reason it triggers people, and then they think that I'm the problem, when clearly I think that pointing out stuff like this is not a bad thing to do. But whatever, teach their own. I'm going to continue making my videos. I expect there to be hateful comments over here. We got Jim and we got 5 other people who are, I almost was gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it, who are unhappy with my content. I get it. May I suggest that you go off onto like the happier side of YouTube? There are videos, and I'll point this out, right? If you want, you can probably go off and look at happier things out there on YouTube that doesn't affect people's ego. This is not this, but this definitely is not the channel for you. I don't want to stand by and look at people and look at like negative things and like not point it out, because I wish, right? I wish, for instance, when I was younger, that people had told me, Erica, watch your language. Because there was a time in my life that I was cursing a lot. I was saying some really, you know, hateful things, and it's just because like I didn't know any better. Believe it or not, I mean, not to everybody, but I look back at those kind of things and I thought, geez, why is this just so terrible? It's okay. I think it's okay to criticize other people as long as there's a message in it. So yeah, you guys take care, and I will see you later. And if you guys want to see a little bit more things about how to work on your wording, I would highly suggest look at how CEOs speak, because there's a lot of people out there who think that they're wonderful speakers or they know how to communicate well, but truly a number of people don't. Especially on like the online setting. So I think if you look at more influential figures, people who have, I'm not gonna lie, more intelligence. Again, I don't think I am that smart compared to a CEO. I'm not even gonna. You get what I'm saying? Like a person who is a CEO has to be more aware of their wording than a person like me. So if you look at the speech patterns of a person in like a leadership position, like a CEO, chances are you'll become a better speaker just by analyzing them and following certain guidelines. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not. I'm not. Grow in spirit. I think everybody should grow in spirit. Personally, you guys know, I don't like to tie myself down to a specific religion, but I do believe in the benefits of religion. I think that it helps ground people, and sometimes when people are in low points, they fall back on their faith. I've seen people grow as individuals because they feel that more of a renewed sense of purpose when they're involved in things like church. You see people, right, come together in their church congregation, trying to make a difference in the world, trying to spread the message of God, you know, not trying to be hateful people, hateful keyboard warriors. And some of these people that I've come across, they really try to make the best out of their life. You know, they're not going to be going out of their way trying to destroy another person because they go to church weekly. So I don't want anybody thinking like, oh, hey, yeah, I don't care about religion, because I actually do respect religions. You know, as long as it's a positive message, like help your neighbor, trying to make a positive difference in the world kind of thing, love one another, I have no problem with it at all. And I've seen people, again, upstanding people, involved with their churches, and it really brings a lot of joy to them. Part of the thing that I think, and this is getting off topic over here, but I find that sometimes when people are involved with religion, or you know, they believe that there is a entity out there, it helps keep them in check, because if they feel that a deity or God is watching them, they want to be the best person they can be. Like imagine, right? If you are religious and you think God is watching you, are you really going to be dropping F-bombs galore? You know, are you really going to be like that, beeping, beep, 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 beep? No, you wouldn't. Most people, I think, if they thought about religion, and if they felt like someone was next to them, they would probably clean up their language if they revered a person. If you were next to, let's say, um, give me a person who's really like, if you were next to someone who you highly admired, you probably would not be cursing so much. That's what I think. I think you would probably be a little bit more dignified, and I think it's important for people to be more dignified than I think it's more important for people to be dignified than just kind of have this mentality where anything kind of goes. See, I kind of wonder if that's one of the reasons why I feel like the way society is, it's just degrading. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? I know. No, I mean, like, I think I'm gonna have a favorable afterlife. I do believe that. We will see, though. I don't want to make judgments about myself, but I do think I'll have a favorable afterlife, and I'm not scared of death. I'm really not. The only thing that I have about an early passing is I'm worried that I'll feel that I didn't accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish in life. But other than that, it's not like I'm scared or anything like that. There's a lot of good people on the other side too, and I hold on to the belief that people who have passed away are watching over us. I know. People hate when I go off topic. I know people just want. I know what the algorithm wants. The algorithm wants me to just be like point 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 point. Okay, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye. I don't like. I'm actually an actual person that doesn't follow those kind of scripts. But I know what people want, but it's just hard for me, especially when I don't script my streams. It's difficult for me to go point 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 and this point and this point and this point. I just think to myself, like, my brain just thinks, ugh. So anyway, this stream is probably too long. Maybe you guys picked up something, maybe you guys didn't pick up anything, but please, you guys, watch how you come off to people. Watch what you say, watch what you do, and I think as long as you surround yourself with higher quality individuals, note what I'm saying, higher quality individuals, people that you respect and you admire, and you kind of immerse yourself in that sphere, eventually you'll start adapting more habits of those people, whether it be speech patterns, thought process, whatnot. Very important. That's why they say for little kids, right? Or they say to parents, they say, you better watch out who your kid is around. Because if your kid is around trash, right? Trash individuals, and I'm going to say that very bluntly over here, right? If your kid is around other kids who curse and, let's say they curse, they steal, they do terrible things, don't be surprised if your kid also becomes that way. You can raise your kids very well, but it depends where your kid is around, who your kid is hanging around. And I kind of feel that the likelihood of a kid getting involved in bad things is greatly increased when the kid is around not so great people. No, I didn't put any new channel or anything like that. So watch who you hang out with, watch what you allow in your brain, watch what you say, and that's it. So you guys take care, and I gotta watch my streams. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna start scripting stuff in a sense, because this kind of stream is just like a ping pong ball. It kind of goes all over the place, and maybe, just maybe, if I work on my wording and my flow of things, maybe, just maybe, my streams will be a higher quality. No, I think the bots just flatter me. The bots are like, hey, we're listening to what you say. Not really. So that's why they pop in. Okay, you guys, take care and don't be a clown. And if you're offended by me calling people clowns, some people clowns, then you're probably a clown yourself. Seriously. See ya.